Asco like a cable company, there was a lot of stuff hid on that, and it's still being hid. It's not come public, and it's not right. And we don't need to get into another mess like that. And I know the budget's tight. I see no hope of the economic conditions improving this year, and next year they could be worse. Now, you're draining this reserve fund, it's going to have to stop. Sometime you're going to have to make some big cuts because you can't afford to keep raising the rates. More people leave a city, you're going to have to revert back to a town. I don't think none of y'all want that. Thank you.
Mayor, may I ask?
Thank you.
May I ask that? It seemed like from the accounts in the newspaper that this our Power Advisory Committee went in and out of executive session. Can I get an itemized list of what was the reason to go into executive session and why, and to go in and out? I want an itemized list of why we determined this session has to be closed, what the discussion was.
And when you say we determined?
Well, the city has determined that this is proprietary at this point. Is that the only explanation we're going to get?
Mr. Mundy?
Sure. The reason that the committee went into closed session or plans to go into closed session is simply a legal matter that needs to be discussed, or the most recent issues that was discussed dealt specifically with the VAC feasibility study on the facility, which is proprietary information. We cannot discuss that information publicly. And the attorney could answer what the ramifications of that would be if the city did that.
Proprietary information would expose the city to significant liability for being sued, and any damages that accrued to AMP Ohio as a result of that information being disclosed. If you don't agree to go into closed session to discuss the proprietary information, then AMP Ohio is entirely within their rights not to provide it to us. So the only way that the Power Advisory Committee can consider and evaluate the proprietary information is if they do so in closed session, because that's the only way that AMP Ohio will agree to give it to us. So quite the contrary from, I guess the city can be accused, as Mr. Harris says, of withholding information from the media and the general public. That is correct. It is not being disclosed to the media and the general public. However, it is being disclosed to the Power Advisory Commission so that they can evaluate it and give this council a competent evaluation of that information, and the only way that they're going to be able to evaluate that information is if they do so in closed session.
And to make sure that we only discuss things in closed session that is proprietary, Mr. Bowles, Mr. Maddox, the chairman of the Power Advisory Committee, and I, all three, have made a very concerted effort to ensure that only the proprietary information is discussed in closed session, period. And city government's not trying to hide anything. We're not trying to cover up anything. All we're trying to do is make sure we protect the interest of the relationship that we have with AMP and our legal responsibilities as well. And only those closed session items will be discussed as the certification before the Power Advisory Committee goes in, and most importantly, when they come out of closed session, to certify that only those exempt items were discussed in closed session.
My name is Mark Weld. I live at 923 Children's Drive. Welcome back, Mr. Monday. No things in Alabama didn't work out, but like I said, as far as I go, I'm leaving here next month. So welcome back. When it comes to the hotel at the Henry Hotel, I saw Mr. Knox on Channel 99 Bill White station, and they talked about the future of the Uptown Martinsville, and they talked about this symbolic ceremony they had the other day, and I think Mr. Stroud mentioned that some of the parking lots, I didn't write this all, I'm just reading, had trash and litter, and it was indicated that was somewhere down the road to be brought up to the standards that they were trying to bring the Uptown area to, and also the Henry Hotel is going to be the second project, if I'm right, if I'm misspeaking. I know Mr. Knox here to address it. And he indicated that some of the people who had been relocated at the hotel seemed to be content. I met some of those people. Those people are not content. They want to be back at the hotel. And my question to you is, as taxpayers, since we own that, I've got a group of people who want to sell that part back to somebody and get the return from it, because we're seeing, like Mr. Turner said, everybody wants to turn away from that conversation, but somewhere or another, the taxpayers have been planning to take care of that hotel for a while until the Phoenix Foundation or Mr. Gibbs, whoever, the people that he proposed that would buy that, wait till the market clear up. And then I'm just wondering, was that a concern to you all that we may get hoodwinked with that hotel at any point?
Well, I'm concerned that it looks like that the Phoenix Corporation or Mr. Gibbs had visions of us being the financial agent, or they finding us a partner to develop it. I don't think the city ought to be developing the hotel.
But from the last discussion I got also at the council meeting was that Mr. Gibbs felt it was inappropriate to talk about that in the public, and I feel that the public's paying for it, well, it's a better place to talk about it. That's just a suggestion. I know we don't like to talk about things around here. But listen, this is what I want to do, and I say this respectfully, and I'm gone because I'm leaving here next month. I'm going to be somebody that's going to be on the next statistics as an individual who's moved away, not because of economic, just because of displeasure with this community, and the Constitution gives me the right to voice that displeasure.
I hope you'll be much happier in your new surroundings, Mr.
It's not my surroundings, it's the attitude of the surroundings that I'm in.
We hope that those attitudes will be better also.
It won't be. Okay. Listen, what I want to do, I just want to enter this. How do you enter something into the minutes? I think I just read it and ask for it to be entered.
That's correct.
That's correct. I want to enter this. I already gave it to the magistrate and the courts, and it has something to do because I'm going to subpoena.
Does this have something to do with
the city?
Does this have something to do with your personal situation?
No, it's not a personal matter, man. You're not going to turn it personal.
You've already received a letter that we're going to entertain that.
The Constitution gives me the right to.
No, I'm just asking the question.
To divulge my grievances in the public, and it has something to do with public business.
If it has something to do with your personal court hearings and your dissatisfaction with the court system,
it has something to do with the employees of the city of Martinsville.
So it's implying corrupt or racist activity on the part of our law enforcement community and either the city or the county, then it's not going to be entertained by this council, and it's not going to be entered into the minutes of this council meeting.
Okay, why wouldn't it be in the minutes? I'm just asking.
It's already been notified, and the mayor issued a disclosure statement at the beginning of this public.
Okay, but I'm not a child. Don't get upset with city attorney, Mr. Monday. I'm just asking. You can talk to me respectfully. Your attitude.
Frequently speak in both the public media and at this council meeting about your own views, so I would appreciate if you would give me the same courtesy that you expect from this body and allow me to finish saying what I was going to say.
Okay, but I wish you would talk to everybody else.
No, sir.
I wish you would talk to everybody else like that's all I'm asking.
Okay. As a presiding officer, please sit down.
Okay, I'll leave. Yeah, I can't hear this in it. That's something else. Okay. And I do it respectfully. Have a good evening, Mr. Moore.
You as well, and I do wish you the best in your new location, just as Mr. Stroud.
Anyone else? Okay, well, we'll move on to comments from council members.